Record. Hello and welcome. We're jumping into another game of the QuadroX Cup, RisingSun versus AquaKaZam. And since the tournament is currently still going on, and unfortunately the replay system in Spellfork doesn't work the way I like it, we are hitting the fast forward button and gonna speedcast this bad boy until we catch up. So we've got an occultist here for AquaKaZam in the southeastern corner. Quickly grabbing all of the left side stuff. Versus RisingSun in the southwestern corner with... Oh god, I can't keep up. With the Dwarf. Coming in here with the Hierophant. Let's see, it's a big map. Usually favors the Orc. So, and seems to be no early aggression here. I'm gonna have to pay attention to that. Let's have a quick look-see here. Yeah, nothing too fancy. Full left side build. AquaKaZam with a normal occultist build. And since we had a redemption for me speaking Bavarian, we might as well jump into that right now. Jetzt schauen wir mal, was wir da ist noch so haben. Jetzt pass auf, Obacht. Jäger. Haben wir einen Jäger da, 2 Steinhallen und nur eine Steinhalle. Also das, da kann man auf jeden Fall einige Zwerge aussehen. Sind mittlerweile bei 6 Axtmännern.
Wir haben unsere Grenzen ausgeweitet.
12. Wie heißen die? Schurken wahrscheinlich im Deutschen. Müssen wir mal schauen. Auf jeden Fall ein paar Goblins sind da. Schauen wir mal, Okkultist. Haut die Skelette einfach mal uns über. Kann dem Level 5 kriegen? Nein, nicht ganz. Okay. Habe ich das ein bisschen überschätzt. Schauen wir mal, wo ist Rising? Level 4. Wird schon werden. Und wenn er dann Level 5 hat, dann werden wir ja wahrscheinlich umgehen mit der Barrage. Ich glaube, Barrage. Ich glaube, das gibt es im Deutschen. Jetzt bin ich mir gerade nicht sicher. Oder mittlerweile mein englisches und mein deutsches Hirn ist einfach nur vermischt. Kenne ich mich nicht mehr aus. Und oh! Wir sind live dabei mittlerweile. Jetzt schauen wir mal, was da noch so kommt. Sind erst 10 Minuten drin. Also haben wir noch einen Haufen Zeit wahrscheinlich. Ist noch nicht viel passiert. Von daher passt es auch. So, wir haben 19 Zwergal hier. Zusammen mit dem... ich vergesse immer, was Hierophant. Ich habe schon mal nachgeschaut, was es im Deutschen heißt. Das ärgert mich jetzt, dass ich es nicht mehr weiß. Aber das ist jetzt auch wurscht. Aber wir sehen mal 5 Feuerbomben und eine wunderbare Armbrust. Tier 3 ins Arsenal aufgenommen. Und wir haben den, nennen wir es mal Blutdruck und Blutvitär für unseren Okkultisten da. Jetzt schauen wir mal. Perfekt, Goblins haben wir 30 da. Gegen 23 Zwerge. And we're switching back to English. That was really hard for my brain, having to switch to Bavarian and doing the speedcast. But I think I got the hang of it now. I still need to look up some of the names for our boys here. Because I can't quite remember what like some of the hero names are in German. Pretty sure I looked them up at some point. But there we go. First aggression coming in from AquaKaZam. And the nice thing about the speedcast is we skip the boring part. So that is actually perfect. So I think this can go up on YouTube just nicely. Oh, some firebombs coming in here. That was a beautiful, beautiful leech here. But the goblins are just going down. But so is the occultist. He does cleave a couple of those dwarfs rather nicely. But all in all, the dwarf's definitely coming ahead. And the dwarf being the player named RisingSun. RisingSun SC2 on Twitch if you want to check him out. Definitely among one of our more ambitious boys in the community. Has really been grinding the games recently and is trying to keep the community together nicely. Although this is looking pretty grim for the Orc. We do have 20 scoundrels, but as usual in Orc fashion they have to migrate across the map. But the scouting post didn't go down, and that's a hell of a lot of axe wielders down. So Aqua actually with a really, really good hold. His only problem is being bricked up a little bit on stone. Has 120 food in the bank. So the economy is strong as always, but unbalanced. So it has to get on top of that. We also do have the Risen Cow already up. And I would assume, yep, War Pit and Blood of the Horde for Hunters and Brutes is on the way. So definitely still all to play here. And meanwhile, Rising is probably... That's still tier 1, right? Yes, indeed. Has it queued up, though. So needs a Char Burner up somewhere. Yeah, he's got it somewhere. There we go. Another one coming up there for some sentries as well. So down to 15 Axe Wielders. So this could be a bit of a dangerous position here. His food economy isn't quite as strong as the Orcish one. But going for the ambitious play here against the Wyvern. But looks like so is Aqua. Let's quickly check what the chat, you guys, what you guys have to say. What did you miss? A couple good games. Pretty one-sided games, maybe, but good nonetheless. We're all awaiting the patch, but there's still a lot to play for. And we're just getting started. And you just missed a speed cast, and half of that was in Bavarian, which was really taxing. But the Hunters are coming out, so that's pretty good stuff here for Aqua. And I think Rising is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Does get his Wyvern down, gets a Revitalization Ring. That's not too bad. She usually doesn't need to focus, so just having a little bit of extra health definitely doesn't hurt. Nice, send some harassing Axe Wielders here to get rid of probably the iron. Yes, indeed.
Wir werden angegriffen.
And the entire Orcish horde is migrating onto that spot. So it definitely seems to be distracting enough. Tier 3 weapon as well as armor equipped for AquaKaZam. And a Ring of Nullification with the hashtag NoEquipped engraved into its sides.
Gute Nachrichten. Wir haben
Triple
eine
death
neue
resilience.
Technologie
So
erforscht.
this boy is going to be notoriously hard to snipe. Otherwise, full cooldown with the usual abilities.
Wir werden angegriffen.
So full Dark Pack, we have Life Leech, all the good stuff. And nice, really nice splits here. Unfortunately, didn't get the Iron Mines down before they were cleaned up. So might have been better to go after the workers. Slash pull those boys back once the entire horde assembled there. Rising going for some iron, which is interesting. So we might be seeing some combo balloons very soon. Needs to upgrade some of these outposts since he's about to be pop capped, as well as get some more food. We do have 3 Stoneholds producing as fast as they can. Sentries coming up, good stuff. But it looks like, yeah, he's a little bit bricked on charcoal at the moment. Which is just a fancy wood for the word for wood there. Not even quite sure why they decided to make it charcoal for the dwarves, except for thematics. But literally, there's nothing special about it. It is just wood. Maybe it's a gather rate-ish thing, so maybe it gathers different. That you get less out of it for a given amount. So they decided to name it differently, so to not get people confused. But that is pure speculation on my part. There's no proof behind those words. Meanwhile, the Great Goblin Horde is gonna attack this forward sector, and unfortunately that's exactly where the Stoneholds are. And if he gets the Stoneholds down, Rising might be in trouble. So if you're a newer player, this is always very dicey, putting your barracks up in front. Because if you end up losing them... Oh, the cleave! Look at that cleavage. It is pretty brutal. Loses a couple dwarves here. So the Stonehold will most likely go down. He does lose a lot of goblins for it, but that's a worthwhile trade. Because killing your enemy's production, especially as a dwarf, just slows them down so much. 126 pop cap, 33 scoundrels and 12 hunters. Versus 19 dwarves and 14 sentries. But keep in mind, we do still have the barrage in effect, but we do not have a tier 3 armor. So if she strays too close to these hunters trying to get a barrage off, she might find herself getting double volleyed. And it might just be happening here. One barrage comes up, and here we go, there come the hunters. She's getting completely impaled. The good old bait and switch. That is how you can turn a monster ability of your enemy against them. And she's dead. Our economy is pretty damn brutal. And Sherman in chat's mentioning dwarves really dislike using wood, so it's more of a lore reason or something. Interesting. Just a complete dislike for timber. And with all these hunters, despite 66 resistance, the frontier outpost does go down rather quickly, especially with some demonic pact help here. And uses nice, does some split damage here. The frontier post is not microed onto the hunters to
Wir haben einen Sektor verloren.
benefit from the negative magical resistance here. So that's a neat little trick. You can definitely control the fire of your outposts. So you always want to target the high value units of your enemy if you're in a losing situation anyway. Just a little tip there. And ooh, that's brutal. Hierophant's not back yet. Production sectors went down.
Wir werden
AquaKaZam in a really, really strong position here. And he might just decide to end it. Depends how comfortable he feels here. And looks like he might be. He does not have a healing potion, so his hero is pretty low.
Fertiggestellt.
So that is an issue. Oh boy.
Wir werden
Alright, she's
angegriffen.
back, but I don't think... He does have a little bit of money. But can't afford the tier 3 armor. Uses the blood like tar to apply bleeding to everybody and then just leech off them. So, doesn't need that many health potions. Rising does have a lot of potions in the bank. Unfortunately, there goes another... Was that a stone hole? And I think that might be a concede by Rising. AquaKaZam advances. GG, well played. So 2 of our most brutal faction currently in the meta, showing where they're vulnerable. And Orcs definitely very, very strong right now. People have been figuring them out. Much crisper build orders. The Hunter Rush is very popular right now, especially in combination with the Occultist Poe. Very, very strong combo. And very hard to play against. Quick look at the stats for you guys at home and on YouTube. So you can see where it all went wrong. I think Rising just didn't have enough. He gave the Orc too much time. You need to kind of get onto the woodcutters very early of the Orc, because that's kind of their Achilles heel of their economy. Because they need that wood for, first of all, most of their buildings, and second of all, for all of their goblins if they want to spam them. So you can really push them down a little bit if you go for them early, but you need to do it like at minute 4 at the latest. Otherwise you will not gain any value. But GLG, well played to both of them. We'll see more of them coming up.